I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been looking forward to Fantastic Four First Steps. Then early access media saw it, started glazing it on social media, talking about how amazing it was. That's when I was like, oh man, you mean this movie might actually suck? So Fantastic Four First Steps is the new Fantastic Four movie. They've tried this before. Some movies become memes, and some memes just don't die. Others die because we collectively wish it to be so. Such was the case with Fan4Stick. But now we have a new Fantastic Four movie by director Matt Shakman, who was the series director of WandaVision. This takes place in another universe. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. They've already been the Fantastic Four for 4 years now. Now Galactus is coming for Earth. They gotta figure a way out of this mess, save the Earth, save their family. Out the gate, I gotta say, this movie does do a good job at these heroes have been heroes for a little while thing, but does do a sizzle reel via a talk show to catch the audience up on them. Also, the visual aesthetic of the world, I mean, I'm not saying anything I didn't say from my trailer video I did when the trailer dropped, but that mid-century futuristic aesthetic, I just find it appealing. It's like some alternate art if someone drew what will the world look like in 2025 back in the 50s or 60s, it's this. Which works in the superhero world where you just feel like you've seen it all before. There's no technology, it's really gonna blow your hair back. But as a coat of paint, it felt fresh, new, exciting, it was cool, it worked. Also, the cast I thought was great. Pedro Pascal's fame will be studied one day. He is his own subgenre, complete with fatigue. Pedro Pascal fatigue, they call it. Superhero movie fatigue has that. Pedro has that. He's one guy. It's kind of funny, we're in this age of an actor's brand is able to keep on screen whether or not it looks like the character. Pedro Pascal's mustache is kind of his brand. Would he look more like Reed Richards if he shaved his mustache? Yes. Would he look more like Joel from The Last of Us if he could grow a beard? Yes. Was he a solid Reed Richards in this movie? Yes. The guy can act his ass off and he brings it. I don't know if he's a one-trick pony and it just works. Kind of like my wardrobe. A smart guy with the weight of the world on his shoulders where he feels like it's his responsibility to solve this problem because he's the only one who can. He sells it and you buy it. Also his chemistry with Vanessa Kirby, I thought they were great as a couple. They worked well as a team, as a husband and wife duo, trying to figure a way out of this mess that is Galactus's demands. It was kind of funny in the sizzle reel catching you up to speed. Reed Richards was like, well, I went to space with the most brilliant minds on the planet, which happened to be my wife, my brother-in-law, and my best friend. Hollywood thrives on nepotism. I suppose Marvel's first family should too. I liked how Ben Grimm wasn't here. Like Ben and Johnny, I'll get to Johnny a little later. He's gonna kind of segue into a bit of a tangent. But Ben Grimm was great as the big rock monster with the heart of gold. I do feel the mid-2000s Fantastic Four did more with him. This movie's like, who cares about the problems of man? The difference between man and rock, man, is rocks. Granted, he has been the Thing for 4 years, so there's that. Though he has a couple of cool moments where he's showing off for the kids in the neighborhood and whatnot. He's being that kind of cool guy, but that's just kind of who he is. He's that guy and then he smashes buildings, but I wanted to see more of what's in here. But granted, that is a byproduct, a downside of coming into these superhero stories, skipping past the origin part and having it all already established. Visual effects, I thought the visual effects in the movie were much better than what we saw in the trailers. One sequence in particular, I was like, this is actually pretty extraordinary. Might have been the IMAX. I don't want to be that guy who's like, be sure to watch it on IMAX. I don't give a shit how you watch it, if you watch it at all. How you spend the money is your choice. That's your money. To be fair, it did look really impressive on IMAX. That might be the thing that puts it over the edge. The reason I was like, wow, this looks pretty spectacular. So there's that. But even the Silver Surfer in the trailer, I saw the memes where people were like, how do we go backwards with CGI? I feel like the other Silver Surfer looked better than the new Silver Surfer, just in terms of silver. And there was an argument to be made, but seeing it on screen, I was like, this does look really good. Better than the trailer though. CGI has been tweaked because in the trailer, you know, when Johnny Storm is carrying Ben Grimm and he's like, what time is it, Ben? He's actually all in flames in the movie, whereas the trailer, he's not. Galactus is actually pretty frightening. Galactus is difficult to do. Even in the trailer, man, you commenters, comment sections crack me up. Yeah, Superman included, but you know, I'm just saying. People talking about Galactus jaywalking in New York. I don't know, man. It was funny to me. But I was like, how are they gonna do this guy? Time was, in comic book movies, some of these cosmic beings, they didn't know how to do. So they were like, we'll just make them all clouds, I guess. But we're at this comic book movie age now where it's like, we've seen some shit. You could do Galactus and it won't even be that weird. But I didn't expect Galactus to be this scary. That first time you see Galactus, the way his eyes are glowing, looking down on them. You have the voice. You got that Ralph Ineson voice. Pronunciation check on his name. Ralph Ineson, as far as I can tell, is how you pronounce this. It should be pronounced correctly, because he's so amazing as Galactus. I mean, if you had an actor who didn't sell Galactus, this ridiculous force of nature that gobbles planets, it wouldn't work. With him, you're like, yep, that's who he is. That's what he's here for. That's why we gotta stop him. And much to my shock, the Shalla Silver Surfer actually worked in the movie. Not just worked, there is this legit emotional moment. I wish they would have gone deeper into it. Can't talk about it too much right here. If I do a spoiler video, I'll unpack it there. I'll try not to make that one as nitpicky as the last one. I mean, to be fair, if you had Norrin Rad, you could still have the same emotional beats there. So there's that. Swapping to Shalla Silver Surfer, though, I know she was in a comic book for that long. We gotta be honest, though, it is still a studio's way of being like, good call, this will track well on social media among people who will never actually pay to watch the movie anyway. I do wish the movie was a little longer because it looks, it's like unpacking a thing and then you're like, I'm kind of done with this. Oh, okay, I guess we're done with that. Just feels kind of half unpacked. But all in all, I really do feel this movie is the MCU movie the MCU needs. And that's an MCU movie that stands on its own, truly stands on its own. I've heard these MCU movies out there that stand on their own, but they don't really, not fully. They might stand 90%, but if you had someone who had never seen an MCU movie watch the movie and another one who's all down with the MCU movies and shows, that person who's never seen any MCU movies or shows will be a little more lost than the other person. Whereas this movie, you can have both those people watch this movie and they will get the same amount out of it. It truly is a movie that stands on its own, exists in a bubble. I think the MCU needs that because, let's face it, watching some of these recent MCU movies and shows, it's become a chore. It's become homework. No one wants to do it. I would make a killing if I made videos on all the MCU stuff out there. But I don't. Why? Because it'd be a drag. I'd rather enjoy myself. I would rather just enjoy life. It's all about the little things, really. Like enjoying life, enjoying your free time. And I really like Johnny Storm too. Johnny Storm felt more like Johnny Storm than you've been told he's supposed to, which I find weird. It was a family movie with heart in which the family were superheroes who were aiming to misbehave and defy a galactic harbinger of planetary death. And for me, this one's key. The moments of heart and emotion were allowed to sit in that heart and emotion and not be compromised by jokes and comedy. But all in all, I really enjoyed Fantastic Four First Steps. Worth watching and worth buying on Blu-ray. All right, so the weirdest thing about this whole Fantastic Four thing is the conversation leading up to the release. The conversation about the characters. I get it, directors, writers, producers, studios, actors, whoever. Their job is to get people talking about the movie, but I've noticed more and more, definitely seen with this new Fantastic Four First Steps movie, the subtext is by any means necessary. Case in point, yeah, Joseph Quinn was talking about Johnny Storm, and he was talking about, oh, before he was this womanizing guy, but is that sex anymore? I don't think so. But he is in the movie still. They address it. And it comes across like that's one of the main reasons they made Silver Surfer Shalla. So Johnny Storm would be like, oh, hey, silver frosting on that cake. Awesome, flame on. Not the only motivation, but it's in there. So why say he's not like that when he actually is? He just doesn't have the opportunity to be. He's just not in the position to actually be like that because he's dealing with bigger things with his family. Dealing with this Galactus thing. Also saw that Sue Storm's gonna be the leader of the Fantastic Four in this movie. No, she's not. It's Reed Richards. He's the one doing the press conferences. He's the one on the chalkboard writing the equations, trying to figure a way out of this problem. Sue Storm is very passionate. She's invested. She's involved, and it completely makes sense as to why. My point is, I've come to loathe when writers, directors, actors, producers try to fill in the context for the audience rather than just let the audience watch the movie and see what they see. And the rest of this dishonest shit just feels like rage bait. Stop trying to rage bait YouTubers. And YouTubers, stop taking the bait. Anyhow, that's my tangent. Moving on. Movie was good though. Not gonna say fantastic. I'm not above a dad joke or a pun. It's gonna be in a lot of YouTube videos though, I can't do it. And there are 2 post-credit scenes. I did stay for both of them because I figured I probably should. The second one, the end credit scene, it's whatever, it's fun, it's funny. The first one though, the mid-credit scene, yeah, you should stay for that one. All right, so Fantastic Four First Steps. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's a great Fantastic Four comic book? Like if you had to pitch, hey, this is the Fantastic Four story, what would it be? What's the comic book? What's the graphic novel? What's the story? What's the arc? Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.